Good afternoon, everyone. I am Cristal Marabano, a member of Group 6, and I will be the first reporter. And my topic would be all about synthesis making informed decisions. For our chapter objectives, at the end of the lesson, the students should be able to A. Define what is moral agent, B. Enumerate the four crosspoints, C. Identify the different factors that shape an individual and her moral decision making, D. Discuss the basis for comparison in ethics and virtue. Introduction. We have been introduced to four ethical theories of frameworks, namely utilitarianism, natural law of ethics, conscience deontology, and virtue of ethics. None of them is definitive nor final. Each represents the best attempts of the best thinkers in history to give fully thought-out answers to the questions, what would I to do? What would I to do so? Ethics teaches us that moral valuation can happen in the level of the personal, the societal, both local and global. And in relation to the physical environment, personal can be understood to mean both the person in relation to herself as well as her relation to other human beings on an intimate or person-to-person basis. For our lesson proper, let us first define what is moral agent. The moral agent and context, the one who is tasked to think what is right and why it is so and to choose to do so, is a human individual. Moral agent is a person who has the ability to discern right from wrong and to be held accountable for his or her own actions. So eventually, moral agent is the one who must think about the choices on what she ought to do. Moral agent is the one that can understand right from wrong, and as a result, they can also make moral decisions. Who one is. Another major topic in the act of philosophizing, the ancient Greeks even had a famous saying for it, ephemeleia, which means know thyself. Man must stand and live according to his nature, to look at himself. Ramon Castillo Reyes, a Filipino philosopher, born 1935 in Philippines. He graduated in Ateneo de Manila University with a degree of Bachelor of Arts in 1956. Reyes obtained his PhD in philosophy from the University of Catholic de Louvain in Belgium in 1965. Reyes teaches his ethics, modern philosophy, and contemporary philosophy to generations of Ateneo students. One of pioneers in the Philippines of the philosophical approach known as existential phenomenology. His book, Ground and Norm of Morality, Ethics for College Students, has served as a textbook for thousands of students in the country. Reyes identifies four crosspoints. Firstly, the physical. Who one is a function of physical events in the past and material factors in the present that one did not have a choice in. So, we are a member of the species Homo sapiens and therefore possesses the capacities and limitations endemic to human being everywhere. We inherited the genetic material of both our biological parents. Our body has been shaped and continues to be conditioned by the given set of environmental factors that are specific to your corner of the globe. All of these are given. They have happened or are still happening, whether you want to or not. You did not choose to be a human being, nor to have this particular set of biological parents, nor to be born in and or grow up in such a physical environment. Example, for Filipinos to be born in an archipelago with a tropical climate situated near the equator along the Pacific Ring of Fire, with specific set of flora and fauna, which shape human life in this country to a profound degree. Second is the interpersonal. One did not choose her own parents, and yet her personality, character traits, and her overall way of doing things and thinking about things have all been shaped by the character of her parents and how they brought her up. Third crosspoint is the social or societal. Who one is shaped by one's society. The term society here pertains to all the elements of the human groups as opposed to the natural environment one is a member of. Example, culture, pagmamano, closely knit family ties, and etc. Lastly is the historical crosspoint. The events that one's people has undergone. In short, one's people's history shapes who one is right now. Example, Philippines had a long story of colonization that affected how Philippine society has been formed and how Philippine culture has developed. Next are the factors that shape an individual and her moral decision making. Number 1. The consequence of the action. Second, people around them. Third, review the decision. Fourth, brainstorming. And lastly, subjective and objective evaluation. Ethics is clearly concerned with the right way to act in relation to other human beings and towards self. How she takes care of herself versus how she treats herself badly. Example, substance abuse, suicide, etc. is a question of ethical value that is concerned mainly with her own person. Next is the basis for comparison between ethics and values. Ethics refers to the guidelines for conduct that address questions about morality, while value is defined as the principles and ideals that helps them in making judgment of what is more important. What are they? Ethics is a system of moral principles, while value is the stimuli for thinking. The consistency of ethics is uniform, and the consistency of value differs from person to person. Ethics tells about what is morally correct or incorrect in the given situation. Value tells about what we want to do or achieve. Ethics is determined by the extent of rightness or wrongness of our options, while value is determined by the level of importance. What does ethics do? Ethics is constraints, while values motivates. Next is the 6 values of framework. Number 1 is honesty. Thinking straight, being genuine and ethical. Second is the courage. Taking accountability for results, being upfront about mistakes and taking considered risks. Third, fairness. Treating people justly and equitably. Fourth, respect. Treating individuals with dignity. Fifth, caring. Listening carefully to others, working together to achieve shared goals. Lastly is the trust, keeping our promises. Thus, who one is a crosspoint, but in an existential level. Reyes argues that the meaning of one's existence is in the intersection between the fact that one's being is a product of many forces outside their choosing and their ideal future. We can see that ethics plays a big role in this existential challenge of forming oneself. That ends my report. Thank you.